This streaming setup helps me make more money and get more subscribers. Using this setup, I've been able to convert anywhere from 5% to 25% of viewers into new followers. And this setup lets my viewers have some fun by sending specific gifts to either control my game or to play some fun sounds. So here's how you can set up your own interactive gaming stream for TikTok using TikFinity. To do this, you either need access to a stream key like this, or you need access to TikTok Live Studio. I'm going to assume you've set up the basics on one of these two, and if you don't have access or you need to learn how to set one of them up, then just check some useful links in the description. So we're going to start on TikFinity where it's snowing because I'm recording this just before Christmas. Head to the setup page and make an account if you haven't already. TikFinity is linked in the description, and if you use that link, it will get you 20% off Pro if you ever decide to buy the paid version. Anyway, once you've made an account, just make sure you've typed a username into this box and then head to the Actions and Events page where we are going to set up some basic engagement tools, which is an alert for a new follower, a new subscriber, new gifts, and we're also going to add a like overlay to encourage likes. So for new follows, new subs, and new gifts, it's basically the same 3 steps to do all of those things. So you make a new action, you make a new event, and then you make sure the correct screen is added to Live Studio or OBS as a browser source or as a link source. So let's go through an example now. So let's make a new follow, sub, or basic gift alert with the My Actions page. So let's start on the Actions section here, and we'll look at how to make an alert for a new follower, a new subscriber, and a generic gift one. And later on, we'll focus on making it more specific. So for example, they can control your game or they can play sounds, but we'll focus on a generic gift one for now. So firstly, in this box, you would just type new follower, new gifter, something like that. So I'll just type new gift, but I will show you what to do for followers and subs as well. So all these checkboxes here, you can put any of these things on the screen, or if it's audio, your viewers will hear it. What I suggest for follows, gifts, and subs is a little animation. This shows behind the text that we're going to put on the screen. So I just use the top one. And then, like I said, we need some text on the screen. So this show alert section here, that's going to show the profile picture and username of the person following, subscribing, or gifting. And then you just type something afterwards. So if it's a new follower, you would say something like, thanks for the follow. If it's a new subscriber, you can say, thanks for subscribing. But then with new subscribers, if you see the parameters here, you can also add the sub month. So if you're making a subscriber action here, you could say, thanks for the sub month sub. And for example, if I've now subscribed for 3 months, it's going to say, Harry, thanks for the 3-month sub. And actually, I've missed out the word month. That would just say, thanks for the 3 sub. And that wouldn't make sense. So be careful with that one. So now it says, thanks for the 3-month sub. And similarly for gifts, if you're adding a gift alert, we can use these parameters here. So we've got gift name and repeat count. So let's say I've just sent the user 10 galaxies. So you can say, thanks for, and then repeat count is the number of gifts I've sent. So repeat count with these curly brackets, so you can copy and paste it. And then the gift name is just the name of the gift. That's stating the obvious. I'll put an exclamation mark. So this would say, Harry, thanks for 10 galaxy. Now, one more thing I suggest for gifts or for subscribers is use text to speech, so it can read out loud to say, thank you for sending a specific gift. And you can literally just copy and paste for the most part. But we do need to add username for this one because it's not added automatically. So I'll copy the username parameter. So let me just click test and you can kind of hear what it sounds like.
Username thanks for repeat count gift name.
I think it's good enough. So that would say again, Harry, thanks for 10 galaxy if I sent 10 galaxy. And that'll be read out loud and every single person listening to the live stream can hear it. Again, that just incentivizes gifts. And I would suggest you do something similar for subscribers. I wouldn't do it for followers, because they're sending you money for subscribing or gifting. I'd make it feel a bit more special and add the text to speech for that. So you could add any of these other options as well, but for our interactive gaming stream, we're going to leave it like this. The display duration, I would usually go anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds. I'll leave it because this is our GIF one. I'll leave it on 8 seconds. Maybe for a follower, you would lower it a little bit to like 4, 5, 6 seconds. After the duration, you can basically leave all these as the default. You could disable this fade out if you want the text just to instantly appear. It's just a small little fade animation. And once you've decided, just hit save. And then once again, make 2 more actions. Make one for a new follower and make another one for a new subscriber. So we've now teleported into the future and I've made my follow and sub alert. Now, one more thing, if you press this little pencil icon here to edit, I forgot to tell you folks about this little square here. This just changes the color. So for example, I've made it red really easily. So that's red text. This thanks for following text will now be red instead of white. And you've got even more text options here. So for example, you can add a wave move 3D effect. Once you've added it to OBS or Live Studio, you'll be able to see what it looks like, and then you can play around with these color settings and the global overlay settings. For now, we're going to move on to creating a new event. So we need to assign the action to an event. So obviously we're going to assign new sub to a subscribe event. So we just click subscribe, we just find the new subscribe action, and we just press save. And we can just repeat this for the new follow event. Really simple. Press save again. And finally, for the gift one, there is a few different options here. We've made a generic gift alert here. And like I say, later on, we will look at how to send specific gifts to do certain things. So for example, they can send a specific gift to play a sound. They can send a specific gift to control your game. But this will be a catch-all for when they send a gift which isn't one of those gifts. So we're just going to go sending a gift with minimum coins value, leave it on 1. The trigger is obviously the new gift, and press save. So once your stream's set up, if they send a gift which isn't about playing a sound or a gift that isn't about controlling your game, then it will instead trigger our generic gift action. So our final step for this bit is to add it to OBS or add it to Live Studio. So what you want to check is what screen you've got them on here. So you just scroll down to overlay screen settings and literally just click on the link, and you can see in the top right corner it's now copied it to the clipboard. So we just click on the link like I said, and then add it to either OBS or add it to Live Studio. So for Live Studio, you press add source on the left, you click on link, you just paste it in. You can set a custom resolution if you don't like the look of it. I'll show you how to test it in a second. Make sure sound is on and click add source. You get this little warning here for some reason. Yes, I'm not going to infringe any copyright. Don't worry, TikTok. And then if you're using OBS, you go underneath sources, press the plus button, click on browser source, and you need to give it a name. So I'm going to call this TikFinity screen 1, something like that. Press OK and then paste in the URL here. Once again, I'll leave it on the default dimensions for now. You can edit it later if you don't like the look of it. I'll click shut down source when not visible, just so it's not playing audio. If you switch scenes or switch profiles, it might still play in the background, could get confusing. So I'll press OK on that. And of course, there's not much showing on either of these right now, but now let's look at how to test it. So to test it's working properly, you want to put the TikFinity website and either OBS or Live Studio side by side. I've got all three of them just to show that it works on both of them. And you simply just hit the play icon next to the one you want to test. So let's just test the new follow, and it's going to appear twice. You can say up here, test user, thanks for following, and on Live Studio, the same has appeared. So then just resize it, just drag on TikTok Live Studio or on OBS. And again, you can also change the dimensions of it as well. If you don't like the width and the height, just double click on OBS. And if you're on Live Studio, right click the link source, click on settings, click on custom resolution and change the resolution there. One final thing for this section, if you want to split them up and put, for example, follow alerts on one part of the screen and sub alerts on a different part of the screen, you would just change which screen you're on and then add the screen. So here's the subscribe alert. If I now click onto screen 2, I'm now going to have to add screen 2 to OBS or Live Studio. I'll just add it to OBS as our example. So I'll just call this one screen 2. We'll add it nice and quickly just to show you guys what happens. So if I press paste and just press OK, I can now move screen 2 here. So let's spam click. If I spam click follower, it's going to play a follower a few times. And now let's click on new sub. We'll now see that it's now playing in a different part of the screen. So if you keep them all on the same screen, if you have a lot of follows, subs or gifts all at the same time, they'll just go into a queue, and you can increase the queue length down here up to 1,000. And just quickly before we get onto the like goal overlay, if you want any personal help from me, then check out my Fiverr page, which is linked in the description. I'd be happy to help set up your interactive stream or help you with anything else related to TikTok Live or streaming. Just hit the contact button on Fiverr to talk to me. So we have one more basic engagement tool before we move on to making it even more interactive, and that is a like goal. So if we go back to TikFinity and click on goal overlays, we have a lot of different overlays here. The main one people use is the like one at the top, but you can see there's a few others here. Some people use the follower one, but we're going to focus on the like goal. And firstly, you want to set yourself a initial goal. So I'm going to set mine to 500, and you can change the title here. I'm going to leave mine on like goal, and you decide what happens when you hit the like goal. So I personally like the increase goal option, which doubles it every time. So 500, 1000, 2000, 4000, etc. That just makes it harder and harder for my viewers, and it's a fun little challenge for them. So let's get this added into Live Studio or OBS. So just start by clicking copy URL, and we'll start on OBS. You once again just add a browser source. I'll call this one like goal. Press OK. It's already in use because I've added it in a different example. So I'll call it like goal 2 just so I can add it. Press OK and then just paste in the URL. And I'm going to shut down source when not visible just in case. And press OK, and you can now see we've got a little like goal added in the corner. I don't actually like the length of this, so I'm going to reduce the width to about 500. I think it looks a lot better like this. So you play around with the dimensions. Let's add it to Live Studio as well. So I need more screen size here. I can't see the link button. There we go. We're going to add it as a link. Just paste it in. And again, I am going to set a custom resolution here because I don't like how long it is. So we're going to change the width to 500. You could reduce the height as well. It doesn't really matter. We press add source, and you can see we've now got it added. I love to put it in the top left corner. Top right corner. I think one of the corners is the best place to put it. Now for the fun part, let's look at how the viewers can control your game using TikFinity. Now we'll start with a quick disclaimer. Currently there is no tools that will automatically control your game. So for example, there's a tool on Twitch where if somebody sends bits or something like that, then it can spawn things in your Minecraft game. Everything we set up here, you'll have to do manually. So the way this works, when a viewer sends you a specific gift, you get told by text-to-speech to do a certain action. To do this, we head back to the Actions and Events page, and we make a new action. Let's use a classic example from Fortnite, which you can apply to many games, which is drop your items. So the action name is just going to be drop items, and the key one is text-to-speech, but we'll also make a few other changes as well. So what we're going to do with the text-to-speech is we're going to say the username sent a specific gift. So username sent gift name. So we'll paste that one in there. And then we're going to say drop your items. Let's hit test to hear what it sounds like.
Username sent gift name. Drop your items.
So then, of course, once you hear that, you will have to manually drop your items in whatever game you're playing because, again, sadly, there's no automation right now. I'm sure eventually there will be a program that's automated for some games, not for Fortnite. But when that gets released, I'll post a new video about it. For now, we'll move on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click show alert. So we're going to put this on the screen as well. And remember, it's going to show the username by default. So I don't need the username section, but we can just copy the TTS. So it's going to say on the screen, if I sent like a sunglasses, it would say Harry sent sunglasses, drop your items. And the TTS will read it out. One more thing is the animation. Just adds a nice little animation behind the text. So one more thing, if you don't want to use the TTS, if you want to use a custom audio file, you could click play audio. And once you've clicked that, you'll just click select sound file and upload your own sound file. Anyway, I'll untick that and we'll use the text to speech. So there is a few things to change here. You could leave the display duration on 10 or maybe lower it slightly. I'll put it on 8 seconds. The key one here is repeat with gift combos. So for this one, if they send the same gift multiple times, the alert will repeat. It doesn't make too much sense with drop your items. But imagine a standstill one. Imagine you have just for a singular rose, you're going to stand still for the duration of the text-to-speech. Let's say somebody sends you like 50 roses. You're then forced to stand still for like 50 seconds. So I would advise ticking this one, repeat with gift combos. And you can untick fade out if you want and just hit save. Now we need an event. We need to match a gift with our new drop items action. So you need to decide how much money you want to drop your items. So if we click on sending a specific gift, you can see a full list of all the different gifts you can send. Keep in mind that 1 coin equals half of a US cent. So if we found something that's 200 or 199, this would make you $1. So for example, the popular sunglasses which I mentioned, if you want to make $1 every time somebody drops your items, choose the sunglasses, make sure you pick the correct action from the list and just press save. And the final step would be to add this screen one as a link source to Live Studio or as a browser source to OBS, but we've already added it. So instead, just test that it's working. So this might echo, but let's see what happens because I've got both of them open.
Test user sent gift name. Drop your items.
It did indeed echo, but it also shows me that I need to move screen 1 into a different place on my OBS, so we'll just stick it there for now because it was hidden by the light goal. And then of course, it's up to you or your viewers with what other actions you add. So Fortnite example, another one is stand still, another one is leave the game, but this is your creativity which decides what you add. Now let's look at how viewers can send specific GIFs to play distracting, annoying, or just funny sounds. So this is actually super simple to do with the sound alerts page on TikFinity, and you can do 5 of these for free. Quick reminder, if you want more than 5 for free, you can use TikFinity Pro, and if you sign up with my link in the description, it will give you a discount. But anyway, you just click on create sound alert and choose the trigger, which is a gift. So let's add a short one for a rose. So I'm just gonna add a buzzer sound. So I just type buzzer into this sound library search box. This is sounds provided by myinstance.com, very popular sound library. You can press play to hear what the buzzer sounds like, or you could just hit apply, and simple as that. Now if they send a rose, it's going to play a buzzer. If they send 10 roses, it'll send 10 buzzers. So I strongly advise make use of the 5 free sound alerts from TikFinity. Super simple to add, just keep picking different gifts and keep choosing different sounds. When you're on this page, just make sure you've ticked this box here which says play sounds simultaneously. If you get a lot of gifts really quickly, this will just play the sounds straight away and it will add to the fun and the chaos of the stream. One thing I have to warn about is we have the actions and events set up here and we have the new gift alert. What will happen right now is when you get that new gift, so we set up the rose there for example, it's going to also trigger this new gift alert. And what's going to happen here is because we have text to speech, it's going to read out loud, you know, thanks for gift, but it's also going to play the buzzer sound on top of it. So what I want to do here is make a new action, an event for the sound alerts. So I'm going to click create new action and I'm going to call this sound alert gift. And what we're going to do, we're going to put the text on the screen, but we're not going to use the text to speech. So in actual fact, because I'm lazy, I'm just going to type something random in the box and save it for now. Then all I have to do is copy the new gift text here. So if I go back to the sound alert gift, paste it in here, little shortcut for the lazy people to stop me having to type it again. Only other thing I had added is the animation, and we also had the text to speech, but again, we don't want it because we're playing a buzzer sound instead. So I'm going to reduce this literally down to like 2 seconds because the buzzer sound was really quick, and we'll leave it on screen 1. We'll repeat with gift combos. So again, this would show the text twice if they send 2 roses, for example. Press save, and now we assign the sound alert gift to a rose. So we click on rose, click on sound alert gift, and press save. So again, just to summarize what's happened there, when the viewer sends me a rose, it's going to play the buzzer sound, but if we hadn't added the sound alert gift action and event, it also would have played the text to speech, which said username, thanks for repeat count gift name. So there would have been a bit of a confusing audio clash if we didn't do that. Another fantastic interactive thing you can do with your gaming streams is use text to speech to read out certain chat messages. So click on TTS chat on the left of TikFinity, and you can now decide who gets to use text to speech. This means TikFinity will read their messages out loud. So to start with, I advise locking it behind a command. So it's suggesting a dot, a slash, or a custom command, which I've used !TTS. You could also get it to read any comment. Anyway, I do not recommend that you allow all users to do this. Sadly, they will abuse it. But anyway, I would advise incentivizing it for subscribers and probably allowing mods to use it as well. I also let top gifters use it. So basically, your most trusted mods can use it and anybody sending you money. So with this setup, when they type !TTS followed by a message, it gets read out loud like this. But before we click the play icon here, I would advise going down to advanced and changing it to curly brackets username says comment. This is so when you're gaming, you know who's saying what. If you don't have it set to this, it's just going to read out the comment and you're going to have no idea who's saying it. You're going to have to look at your chat. Of course, when you're gaming, you're often focusing and you can't look at chat properly. Anyway, let's press play and hear what it sounds like.
Test user says this is a test.
So that's a fun little thing to incentivize subscribing and gifting. One more thing you could do with it, you could let them use it to control your game. If you're going to do that, I would advise setting a user cooldown, maybe quite a high one. So if you want each specific user to control your game once every minute, you would set it on 60 seconds. or you can use the channel points system here. And if you want to learn more about channel points, I'll put my general TikFinity guide in the description. So one final thing, you might want to advertise what the viewers can send. So you can see what I've made on my own stream here. I've got this little scrolling list of gifts, which shows the user, for example, you can see if they send a corgi, I will drop all my items. It just makes it easier for the viewers to know what to send. But even if you don't have this, you can just tell them out loud and the viewers can work it out quite easily by seeing what other people are doing anyway. Don't forget, you can sign up to TikFinity using my link in the description, and it will give you 20% off the pro version if you do that. What you just saw me using there was Streamlabs Ultra, which lets me multi-stream. So check out this video here if you want to learn more about multi-streaming. Thank you to the channel members for supporting my videos. Hit the subscribe button if you've enjoyed these videos, and thanks for watching.